This conference
This
will now be
conference will now
recorded.
be recorded.
All right. Hey, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Thank you, everybody, for joining our call this week. My name is Don Latimore. I'm here in South Carolina. I'm with the Latimore Group of our Keller Williams Preferred Office, one of the starters of the Elite Business League, our expansion network. Hey, I'm just going to tell you all, I am just flat out excited. I tend to be excited a lot, but I'm really excited right now. What I've seen over the past, week has just been incredible with the amount of just forward momentum that so many new agents and existing agents as well, but so much forward momentum so many people is having. It's just so awesome. So one, I want to say hats off to everybody, even folks that are just getting started in the business, some folks even less than a week, and they're already starting and doing buyer consultations and, meeting with folks. People calling me, just kind of digging in. They're going through some of the information on the Elite Business League site and just, man, it's just awesome sauce. So, let's go ahead and I just want to kind of dive right into tonight's call because there's a host of things that I want to talk about and hopefully everybody can see my screen. So again, if you have not, I know that you all may have dialed into the call, but please ensure that you also click the link as well so you can see my screen because the information that I'm going to share with you tonight, not even hopefully, I know it's going to help you to take your business to a new level. Definitely. Again, the information that I share on these calls is the same thing that we do every single day on the Latimore Group. So we want to be able to take that information and give it all to everybody that's here on the Elite Business League. So tonight, I want to talk about a few things. One, the 10 core commitments. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about the Elite Business System. All right, because sometimes, people, they see that those things are out there. They say, okay, I think I get it. I don't know. Wow, hey, great, I've seen it. But then how do you bring it all together? All right, and then I'm gonna end with talking about the listing game. All right, and just some of the things that can help you to really be able to excel. But there's a reason why I'm talking about and I call it the listing game. All right, so with that, before we actually get started and talking about the 10 core commitments, as you see right here on my screen, you see big red letters that says confidence is key to success. All right, let me say that again. Confidence is key to your success. Why? What do I mean by that, right? If you're talking to somebody, on the phone and they don't think if you don't sound confident with what you're telling them, then they're not going to believe a word that you're saying. So how do you increase your confidence? How you increase your confidence, one, by role playing, two, by downloading, materials that you may have, from the Elite Business League website or from Keller Williams. Have some kind of materials or some guide that you already have pre-printed up, either well, it should be with your information on it, but have some information pre-printed up to where you're going through the information and people are basically really kind of buying what you're selling. Because what happens is they see what you have or they're hearing it, or you can send an email. If you have those things in your toolbox, then one, it's going to increase your confidence, and two, people are going to want to do business with you. Again, that's why in the second week of the 90-day business cycle, in that second week, it says do what? One, sign a buyer agency agreement, right? Do a sample, right? Do some of the other sample paperwork before you have a client. Why? This way, when you are ready to talk to people and schedule the appointment, you already know what your point B looks like because you went through that process already. So remember, confidence is key to your success. And the more that you focus on you, the more confidence that you're going to have as you're talking to your leads. All right. So I wanted to start off this call tonight by talking about the confidence, because that's going to roll right into when we talk about the 10 core commitments. All right. Now, the 10 core commitments is on the Elite Business League site. I'm here on the Elite Business League site here. And if you scroll down on the front page, it's literally right here on the left-hand side. It has an asterisk by it. So This is specific. We developed it here for the people on the Elite Business League because it's powerful. It is powerful, powerful, powerful. So let's go over what the 10 core commitments are. It's the Elite Business League's 10 core commitments. But again, what do I mean? All right, these 10 things, if you are doing these things on a consistent basis, your business can do nothing but grow because you're actually growing with your business. All right. So as it says here, remember the Elite Business League is about creating entrepreneurs. All right. So it's here, it says business leaders. That's everybody that's here. All right. You're not just a real estate agent. So I'm going to say it again. Business leaders should commit to these 10 steps to build a real estate business that has ongoing momentum and achieves leverage. Again, ultimately, you want to be able to have enough leverage in your business. And again, we're going to talk about that tonight. But you want to have enough leverage with your business to where it will allow you to be able to have a life by design, and you can do some of the other things that you may want to do in life. All right. So we'll talk about that. So everything that you do in your business has to gain momentum. Once you have enough momentum, then, man, you're moving forward. It's almost kind of like you're falling forward all the time, and it's hard to stop something when it has momentum. So let's talk about the first commitment. You want to commit to running the Elite Business System. So you might say, well, what is the Elite Business System? I'm going to cover that tonight after the 10 core commitments. All right. So, but you want to commit to running that Elite Business System because the Elite Business System is designed to grow your business. So where you're working with people, through people, to where you have a big, large business, whether you are locally, well, hopefully it's more than locally, but then it starts expanding across the country or even in other countries. All right. Keller Williams has more than 800 market centers. Why aren't you taking advantage of that? Right. So you want to be able to run the Elite Business System. That's why it's first. And you will see that your business will take flight because it constantly expands. And you can do that virtually sometimes with no money at all. All right. So do that first commitment. Second commitment. All right. Commit to the daily 10-4 for sales volume. So if you went through the Ignite training, you know what the daily 10-4 is, right? You do 10 things. Well, there's 4 different things that you do, but you do it with 10 different people every single day, right? Whether if it's write note cards to 10 people, you're filling your database with 10 people, your lead generate. So there's 10 different things, or there's 4 different things that you do with 10 different people every single day. All right. So, but you have to be able to commit to that daily 10-4. Because that's going to feed your pipeline all the time. It's like you're just constantly putting things in your pipeline, right? If you're not constantly putting things in your pipeline, when I say things, I mean leads, then what happens is your business is going to dry up and you're going to say, I don't have any business, right? So again, we're going to talk about some ways tonight. How do you constantly put things in your pipeline to where it goes through the funneling system, right? If you're a dual career agent and you're part-time, it should be 5-4, meaning that you're doing 4 things with 5 different people. Okay, so you got to commit to those daily attributes every single day. Again, putting at least 5 people inside is just for part time. Put at least 5 people in your pipeline, visiting at least 5 homes. Every single week. That's on a weekly basis, right? Writing 10 note cards and contacting at least 5 people every single day. That's what you should do, right? So you time block what that looks like. But you got to make sure that you're doing that. All right. Number 3, you want to build for the next event. Now, this really is pertaining to, for the opportunity, because you know how, Keller Williams has our profit share opportunity, but you want to build for the next event. All right. So the next event that you want to make sure that you're building for, I would say this week, is we have a career orientation inside of our market center on Thursday. We generally have them every Thursdays because I help run them so I can help people build their organizations out, right? So you want to constantly build for that next event. Maybe you have a big speaker, a mega agent speaker that's coming, and you want to have other agents that you've worked with in the past come and listen to this mega agent talk about how you can build your business because you want to eventually recruit that person, right? You're building for that next event. All right. So again, don't be a secret agent. When you see big events coming, use those to be able to leverage to be able to build your business out through profit share. Number 4, you want to spend your time on money making activities. All right. If it doesn't make dollars, then it don't make sense. All right. Do not do a whole bunch of things that when you look back, you say, well, wait a minute, I haven't made any money. Right. Well, that's because you keep doing things that just doesn't matter. And sometimes we fall in that trap to where we're really busy, but then we look up and say, man, I didn't really accomplish much. Or you think you accomplished something, but what you really accomplished is just a bunch of stuff that really is not designed to be able to make you money. So be a controller of your time, because eventually the more and more you start getting busy, you're going to see how much your time is worth. You're going to start to be able to say, man, each hour that I'm working, my time is worth $100, $200, $300 an hour, because when you start to put, okay, this closing, I spent X amount of time on this closing, or 10 hours on this closing, but I made, $3,000. Man, my time was worth $300, right? An hour, right? So it's real easy for you to be able to put that time on there. So you want to make sure that you're spending your time on money-making activities. And then you can be able to leverage from that point, which goes inside of number 5. You want to maximize the 3 L's that Gary Geller talks about: leads, listings, and leverage. Again, we're talking about the leads and listings a little bit, but those are the 3 things. And your whole cycle in your business, that funnel needs to go around leads, listings, and leverage. All right. Number 6, build your business both online and offline. So the past few weeks, right, we've been talking about various ways in which you can do those things. Building your business consistently, right? If you miss some of those calls, they're recorded. Go back on the front on the Elite Business Lead page, and you just go and you listen to some of those calls and some of the things we've been talking about on how you can build your business. All right, you want to make it to where your business is operating better without you as opposed to with you. This way, you can go on vacation and you can actually have a vacation. All right. So you want to be able to build your business both online and offline, all right? Attend local and national events and trainings. What's going on right now? Right now what's going on is Mega Camp. Unfortunately, I didn't have an opportunity to go to Mega Camp this time. We went to family reunion, but we didn't have an opportunity to go to Mega Camp this time because we just had so many things going on in family, and we were actually supposed to go on a family reunion, but that just kind of got pushed out, so we weren't able to go to Mega Camp. But you want to make sure that you know when those big events with Keller Williams are going on, and you go, because I'll tell you, and it's kind of like an unfortunate story, but this year was the first year that Latoya and I actually went to family reunion, and it was in Louisiana. All right. And I will tell you, imagine having 17,000 Keller Williams agents in one location, and oh my goodness, and all the different breakout sessions where you can learn about different, you choose, right? There was over 200 different breakout sessions where you can choose the topic that you want to learn about, and you have a millionaire agent or somebody who's selling 300, 400, 500 homes a year teaching this class. And they're all over the place, right? And we had that this year. So there's no better person or people to learn from than to go there and you see and you can network with the different people. But it's more than just networking. It's training and learning where you can bring that stuff back to your local marketplaces and you can implement those things. And it's not about having stuff in cold storage. It's about you coming back and executing on the stuff that you learned. So it says local and national events. So there's local events that all of the market centers do. So make sure that you're doing those things because that helps and keeps you connected with what's going on with Keller Williams. I talk to agents all the time and I said, well, hey, what have you been going to? Well, I haven't been going to anything. So I really just don't feel like my business is doing anything. I really just don't know. That's because you're not staying connected with anything. So there's no way that you're going to feel connected if you're not actually connected with anything. So so make sure that you're attending the local events. Put it in your calendar and make sure that you're going. All right. Even team meetings, right? It's a local event. Go there. All right. Now, does that mean you got to go to everything? No, I'm not saying that because you can end up with the amount of trainings that we have at Keller Williams. You'll end up being the smartest person, the smartest broke person, on the team. All right. So no, you don't go to every training or every event, but you make sure that you stay connected and you stay connected with enough things. All right. Number 8, commit to personal development and productivity coaching. All right. So you are the controller of your business. And I'll tell you, you're not going to learn everything from the Elite Business League. You're not going to learn everything from Keller Williams. You're not going to learn everything from one source, right? You're going to have to be able to feed your mind from various different places and figure out really what works for you, your personality, your business, where you're going, how you're growing, and you incorporate those things inside of your business. Everything that you take along the way is going to be extra tools in your toolbox to allow you to be able to grow. So that's what you want to do. And figure out the good books that you need to read on entrepreneurship. Again, I'm not just talking about being a good real estate agent, because the really great agents, the mega agents, they are great entrepreneurs first. And they use real estate as their vehicle through entrepreneurship. And so you've got to understand that fact. So how you become a great entrepreneur will help you, but you got to be able to feed your mind on how you do that, right? And commit to productivity coaching. Don't be those agents, especially if you're brand new, all right? And I'll tell you, anybody who's working with me, you know, especially through the productivity coach, I just became one of the productivity coaches in our market center here, especially there. Do not call me if you have not attended any trainings. If you haven't, especially if you're on Elite Business League, you're not getting on any calls. You're not attending, doing anything. And now magically you got some money, you got a deal, right? Because then what you want is you want that productivity coach to start from scratch and train you how to do everything because you haven't attended anything. That's more time wasting than anything else. The coach can't do that because then in reality, the coach is doing everything and you're not. But if you are involved and engaged, then all the dots are connecting as you're working with your productivity coach and as you're guiding them through things. Or you can say, you know what, I know that. Come on, we got that, right? Okay, just kind of help me connect the dot here. Or you're building your business along the way. But don't ever think that you can just be a sometime agent and then when a deal falls in your lap, everybody else is supposed to stop and then they're supposed to be able to commit just to you. No, because everybody else has a business to run. So no matter where you are in the country, all right, because again, I know we got people all over the place, right? You got to commit to your productivity coaching program if you're a brand new agent. If you have one, commit to it. Go to it. Be consistent, right? That is the best way. If you try and reinvent the wheel and do everything on your own, you're taking the hard route. I'm telling you, you are taking the hard route. And I understand people want to figure things out their own. I get it, got it, good. But it wasn't until I dropped everything and said, you know what, I just need to just listen for a minute and stop me trying to stop and reinventing the wheel and see what's out there already. Oh, my goodness, I didn't know all of this stuff. It's right here in my face. I didn't get it. Okay, you're just telling me how to do this? Okay, cool, right? But it was me going to some of the productivity coaching that helped me to understand that. Case in point, when I went to one of my productivity coaches when I first got started, one of the things that my coach told me, because I was talking to a whole lot of people, a whole lot of buyers and stuff like that, and I was going to, setting up a whole bunch of buyer consultations and stuff, and he said, Don, let me stop you, pause you right there. I said, okay, great. I said, I'm meeting with everybody. I'm doing all these things, but I'm really busy. I'm trying to convert everybody. He says, Don, why in the world are you meeting with all these people before they're pre-approved? I said, well, what are you talking about? I'm supposed to be meeting with people in order to get them to sign a buyer agency agreement, right? That's what you're supposed to do. He said, yes. However, Don, you're wasting your time. If they're not going to go through the process of getting pre-approved now, then they're not going to do it after you sit down with them for a whole hour to do this buyer consultation. Now you're just going to be doing a whole lot of paperwork. Make sure that you are being in control of your time and make that a part of your process. I needed a coach to tell me that. And as soon as I did that, I got my hours of time back because I wasn't sitting there with a bunch of folks who would never take the leap. Or instead of me having to follow up, because people who get pre-approved, they're a lot aggressive. They want to go out now. The conversation is different, right? But it was the coach who helped me to understand that. All right, but there's various things that your coaches are going to help you with. So make sure you commit to that, and your coaches are designed to help you to be able to have more business and flow through the business that you have. So you have an easy route and you now have to take the hard route. All right. Find a success and business partner. You got to check in daily. All right. So And this is not your productivity coach, right? Your coach is there to coach you and help you throughout this process, right? Your coach is not your business partner. Your business partner is that somebody that's your accountability partner. That person that's going to say, what the hell are you doing? You said that you wanted to make $100,000 a year, but you worked your business 2 hours this week. How in the world are you going to make, you don't make $100,000 a year and you work 50 hours at your job every week, but you're only going to open up your business 2 hours this week? What are you doing? That's your accountability partner right now. Okay? Your accountability partner is that person is going to look at you and they're going to say, how come you haven't done any open houses? You're complaining about not having any money, but you're not doing anything to grow your real estate business where you can make $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000 a month. What are you doing? That's your accountability partner. Check in daily. Tell them, hey, here's my goals. Have them hold you accountable and vice versa. If you got somebody that's there that's accepting your excuses, oh, I had to do this. Oh, I'm not feeling well today. Oh, I'm just not feeling it. And they say, okay, well, just let me know tomorrow. That's not your accountability partner, because what's going to happen is you're going to have two people in a pity party fest. That's what you're going to have, right? You want to be successful, you got to have somebody that's being there to drive you, and you can drive each other. Because you will see your businesses grow together. All right, that's what you want. All right, so you want to find a success, a business partner. You want to check in daily. And number 10, be here a year from now. All right, 80% of the people they get their real estate license, they quit within their first year. 80%. Why? Because it's the easiest thing. I think South Carolina is one of the most expensive places to get your real estate license if you go face to face. I think like $700, $800, something like that, right? But there's other states you can get a real estate license for like $100. $100, and you have the ability to make millions of dollars for $100. That's all it took, right? And then of course you got to do National Association of Realtors. You got to do all that stuff. Okay, great, whatever, right? But only real estate you were like pennies on the dollar. You can get this real estate license that can access a whole world for you. So something's not right. If you just got told no just one too many times, you're just not feeling it anymore. It's easy to walk away because the investment is so low, right? So that's why. But however, if you say, I'm going to commit to being here from now, and you make sure that all your actions, everything that you do will back that up, and that you are consistently following some of the things that are here, that are in place, it's hard to fail. It's literally so hard to fail because you're opening up the doors to your business every day and you're treating it like a business. And I sometimes tell people, look, if you don't understand what it means, if you're on all these calls and you're trying to get it and you're still just kind of learning what being a business owner is about, you're still trying to wrap your heads around it, that's cool. I get it. And if you're not there yet, but you're trying, I get it. Keep trying. But this is why I will tell you that you do know. Then sometimes you got to treat it like a job until it pays you like a business. Then you treat it like a business. At your job, you get up every single day. You got to clock in, you clock out. You got somebody telling you when you can go to break, when you can go to lunch, when you can come and go. They're tracking you. And if you got to treat your business just that way until it takes flight, then you do just that. You treat it like a job until it pays you like a business. Then you treat it like a business. All right? But you want to be here a year from now. Commit that to your business. So now, where am I going with all this? I just want to remind everybody, okay? So as you go through here, you're going to have ups and downs in your business. We all do. There was a month where I had 5 deals that was running. It was about a couple of years ago. Had 5 deals running. We were going to make over $20,000. It was like in December. I tell this story a lot. It was like in December. We had like 5 or 6 deals going, right? All but one fell through. Right by Christmas. We were ready to have man, we were going to make like $20,000 that month. I'm like, we were going to love that Christmas. They all fell through for one reason or another. You're going to have ups and downs in your business, but you got to be able to fight through it. All right? Be ready for it. But look at these things on these 10 core commitments and say, what else do I need to execute for me to be able to go in a different direction? All right? So that's the 10 core commitments. I want to make sure that I review that with everybody. I'm going to go back now and talk about the elite business system. All right. And what is the elite business system? If you go, now let me go here. All right. I'm on the Elite Business League. If you go to Wealth Building Through Profit Share, because it's a system that will help you to build your business through profit share. Just like I said on the first 10 core commitment, that's commit to running the elite business system. I'm going to show you what it is right now, right? This way you know, all right? It's designed to build your business so you can achieve leverage, all right? So I'm on the League's Pursuit to Profit Share page, right? Now, if I go on the left-hand side, is the very first link, the Elite Business League system, all right? So I have it up right here. Now, what is this? Now, it says it right here, all right? The Elite Business System is designed to build leverage by recruiting, then building a powerful team of agents that are business leaders. Again, it didn't say there's a whole bunch of agents, right, that are business leaders. The sponsor should teach the new agent how to run the system and let the system run their business. The Elite Business System fills the funnel, then amplifies production through these 6 steps. Okay? So I'm going to fly through these 6 steps because I can spend hours on this, but I'm only going to spend about 10 minutes. All right? Maybe even 5. Step number 1, you have a prospect. Now this is when you're going, so about 15 to 25% of your time, and so you time block your time each week, should be on recruiting new agents, right? The people that you got to be intentional about your approach. If you're intentional about your approach, you see what happens. And for all of you who said, I don't understand that, I'm not good at that, this, that, and the other, we got tools for that, all right? We've covered that, all right? NationalRealEstateCareer.com a couple calls ago, we talked about that, right? There's career orientations. You shouldn't be out there trying to reinvent the wheel. All of that is included in here, right? I will tell you, probably over the past 3 years, I've probably sold about 7 homes to agents that were going through this process. Okay, they decided not to be agents, but they came in through the process of me running this elite business system, and they eventually they just bought a home, and they never really became agents, but they bought homes. So the system works for both as you are going through and recruiting agents, but you're also, it's really cool because people know what you know, they see what you know as an agent, and then they want you to help them, and then they refer your business too. All right. So step number 1, prospect. The sponsor assists with the prospect list development. So, like what was that last week when we talked about creating your list, right? So we had several new agents. We talked about that. That's why I kind of did it in bulk, right? You've got to create your list of your sphere, the people that you know. All right. And then number 2, the approach and contact. It helps with the point of contact, whether it be a 3-8 call, just kind of letting you know, hey, let's go ahead and contact these people. Right? So you can invite them to whether a career orientation, whether you're doing a one-on-one, whether it's a webinar, to learn more about Keller Williams. Again, we're talking more on the recruiting side. All right? So the sponsoring agent helps to invite the prospect to view the opportunity. So now a lot more, the sponsor doesn't have to do that because we have online tools to help people with that process. Because we've created videos and stuff like that. Well, now you got to do is just tell people go watch a video, and that kind of starts it. And then then you follow up with them. You can help them come out to a career orientation. But really, that's what it is. All right. So now, what did you do? You, as the agent, you didn't do much of anything besides tell somebody, hey, you know what? I know that you're looking, to become a real estate agent. Hey, watch this video or come out to a career orientation. We have them every Thursday night, right? And the person who's doing the career orientation, is their job to do what? To tell everybody about Keller Williams. They're trained to do so. They know what they're talking about. You don't have to do everything. First, you get them online to watch a 4-minute snippet of a little video about Keller Williams. They get amped up. Now they come on out to a career seminar. All right? Now, a lot of you may be thinking, man, Don did have me do that. Yes, I did. Why? Because even though I was the guy doing the career seminar, I had you do the first part first because I needed you to understand that's really the process. Just because I was the guy doing the career seminar doesn't mean that you just can't have people now sitting in front of me and I'll do the rest of the work because I'm just going to tell them about Keller Williams and what next steps look like. Your main role is to get them to the information, not to try and convince them of the information. All right, why Keller Williams is the best thing since sliced bread. People don't understand that, right? Number 4, once they actually come out to a career seminar, they stay after the meeting. They talk to the facilitator. They may have a decision kit. What does the decision kit look like, right? I know at our career orientations, I give people, hey, here's a piece of paper. You tell me, are you a 1, 2, or 3? You tell me, because I'm not going to follow up with you. Are you in or you out? Are you interested? Yes or no? How do we follow up with you? Okay, here's a piece of paper. This is how you go and research, real estate schools. So we're giving them that information there. And then you set a business plan interview with the team leader. Okay, great. Here's the deal. My team leader, they're available these days. Let me go ahead and schedule an appointment for you. Or based off your availability, I'll make sure that my team leader is, connects with you to make sure we can confirm the time during this time frame with you, right? If you're the one who does do those interviews, I know there's a few people in here that may. I know I do for our market center, along with our team leader. So if you're that person, then you may assist with that. But most people are not, so don't go there. All right, it's the team leader's job to really do the rest of the back end work. All right. Step number 5, the startup. The team leader completes the business plan interview. Okay, so now the person comes out. Team leader knows everything about them, tells them all the rest of the stuff, fills in the gaps, helps them out, builds rapport. They complete the sign up for the classes if they're not already licensed. Say, hey, okay, go ahead. Let me get you a little bit more information about the classes. And then if they're already done or they're ready to go, or they're an agent from somewhere else, they don't have to go in class. They're already done. They just complete the sign up with Keller Williams. That's all they need to do there. All right. And then step number 6, you just fill the funnel through the first 3 steps again. So as you're going and following the 10 core commitments, and you're actually building for the next event, which generally is, weekly, or if you're using the online video, the little 4-minute video, or the 15-minute pre-orientation video that I've recorded for all of you as well. If you're doing those things and just having them look at those online tools, then the next event is like happening all the time, because you're just getting them to those tools, and then you're just getting them to the team leader, because that pre-orientation literally is designed to just do that. This way, if people don't come to a career seminar, no big deal. It's a pre-orientation, and then people want to talk to the team leader, right? But send people through this process, because you will notice that when you send people through this process, then they're more likely to follow that process themselves, because they can identify each step of the process. Sometimes it's unfortunate when you have people that just come and they're just ready to go, and they haven't went through any of the process because they don't know what to duplicate, or they don't know what to replicate. All right. So when and you can see this process, now step number 6, you fill the funnel again through process 1 through 3. You create a target business plan. You attend the next fast start to success training, which we have a bunch of those online, but a lot of the market centers they have that. They call them new agent orientations. They attend the next Ignite training. So we have Ignite training on the Elite Business League. We have that online. But even with that is not online, you want to go face to face to hear from top agents in your market center. You want to do that. Do whatever you can to get in front of those people. The more you can get in front of those folks, and I understand, trust me, I am not naive. I was the same guy who, worked a dual career when I first started, and, in Ignite training, you're telling me I got another 36 hours of sales training. But what I did was I adjusted my shift. And for those, it was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. For, what was it, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. But it was those 12 sessions. And, but what I did was I adjusted my shift to where I started working 12:30 to 9 those particular days, because my particular job that I had, I was able to do so. But I know other people, they shift traded, they did whatever they need to do. Own your career. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you're able to do it, own it, right? If you're not, I get it, but just make sure that you're going online to get the information as much as you can. No excuses, right? Hashtag no excuses, all right? Match up with a productivity coach. You see it's part of here. And the last one, sponsor guys and new agents through the entire EBL system over and over and over again. All right, so it keeps saying the sponsor, but the sponsor really doesn't have, they're not required to help you do, anything. But here, we embed it in the elite business system because the sponsor just kind of helps to guide you because they went through it. That's it. Not to be the person to do anything. As you see, just the sponsor just guiding you through everything. Hey, let me guide you to here. Let me guide you to here. Let me guide you here. Because ultimately, if you guide them right, if you have people in your organization, which I know a lot of you have, if you're guiding your folks to these different events and to the next thing, then what happens is you're helping them to build their business, which ultimately helps you to build your business. All right. So you want to be able to guide people through these different steps. That's why we created this. So it's a very simple process that anybody can follow. All right. So that is the Elite Business System. Make sure that you go back to it. You live it, you learn it, you're following it. All right. Now I'm going to spend the next 9 minutes or so talking about the listing game, and then I'm going to close it out. All right. And then we're going to open it up for some questions. I may go a little bit shorter than 9 minutes because I'm just going to talk real quick. All right. Now we're going to see the listing game. It's number 3. Fact. Buyers are not looking for agents. Remember Gary Keller said leads, listings, and leverage, right? So listings was one of them, right? So we're going to talk about the listing game. So let me say this again. Fact. Buyers are not looking for agents. They're looking for houses. Therefore, the more houses you list, the more buyers you will have. Let me say that again. Buyers are not looking for agents. They are looking for houses. Therefore, the more houses you list, the more buyers you will have. Okay? So here's what's an important fact. I talked to a lot of different agents. Now, again, this is different if you're like a buyer agent on a team, then you kind of have a rainmaker already kind of funneling the leads kind of through you, and then you're out there kind of as a buyer agent. You kind of help run the cycle. So this is kind of different for you as it is to, you know, just kind of the agent that's just the single agent doing it all. Okay. So understand no matter where you are, you're still a part of this process. All right. So understand, how do buyers find people? Okay. Find the agents. They look for the houses, and guess what? Hey, I'm the agent that has this house. Okay. So if you're a buyer agent, then you're using the houses that the listing agent has as your home to get more people. That's kind of how that works. All right. So that's what I said. It works hand in hand. But understand, the more homes that you list, I'm just talking now in totality, there's more time control, more business control, and more leverage. Again, there's more time control, more business control, and more leverage that you are going to have. All right. So let's talk about 4 key pipelines. All right. So 4 key pipelines that you may have in order to get more listings. Your personal sphere of influence. That does not go anywhere. If you are here and you have not really went through what we talked about last week, which was that 100 top target market, creating that list, right, and going through that process, giving everybody a score and going through there and really kind of going through that process to then, start contacting people. If you're diving in and the only thing you're doing is open houses, or you're trying to, cold call, then you're missing the boat, because everybody who knows you and trusts you or don't even know you're an agent, or they don't know how serious you are about your business. All right. So one of the first places you should go is your personal sphere of influence. All right. Then open houses. That's why I tell people all the time, your biggest, funnel is open houses. Every weekend, if you want to build a pipeline, you build it hard through open house. It's virtually almost free to do open houses. So you do mega open houses every weekend. If you're sitting at home trying to figure out why I don't have no business, because you're sitting at home, easy, right? That's easy, right? I know our market center, we are setting industry records right now, our market center, on the number of listings that we have been taking the last 2 months. If you are not contacting one of those agents to say, hey, I see you have this house or this house, is it okay for me to do an open house? Remember, you got to vet the house out first, right? Drive by it, do your due diligence to make sure it's the right open house that you want to do it, right? Remember, that's in our open house, mega open house training that we have on our online, right? But do those open houses, because open houses in the right location is a database magnet. It is incredible what you can do. And who's going to come to open houses? People want to buy and sell. Easiest way for you to change your price point doing open house. When I wanted to start, working with clients above 200,000, I like to work with clients that's between 175 and 250. A lot of people say, why don't you like to work with people 350? That's more money, 450, whatever. Because houses at that price point, 175 and between 175 and 250, they move fast, and I just can pay a little more money, right? 125, 150, that's cool. They go fast, right? They go really fast. It's great. But I like to be able to work with those other folks as well. I like to actually target the homes that are between 125 and like 175 to list. I love those. Why? Because those are indicative of buyers or homeowners that want to sell and buy a bigger home. That's why I like to target that group of people, right? And then what happens is I follow our process of finding buyers, and I'll find a buyer. We do a lot of dual agency. I know some states don't allow dual agency, but Latoya and I, or in the Latimore group, we do a lot of dual agency because we just got good at finding buyers. And so if we get good at finding buyers, guess what? I've just kept my own money, right? Hey, I show you my own house, all right? So open houses, turbo leads. We call these turbo leads because those are people that have already raised their hand or they really, really need an agent. All right, expired listings, right? Use different sources, the Red X, right? Vulcan 7 is a little more expensive, a lot more expensive actually. Why? Because their data is a little bit better. But Vulcan 7, there's lots of different places. The Mojo Dialer, right? On the Elite Business League website under Marketing Extreme, there's a link on the Red X where you can actually get some monies off if you use that link to use the Red X. So use that to contact people. All right. For sale by owners. Those are people that trying to do it themselves, right? We just listed a property, a $400,000 home, and this was matter of fact, I think yesterday, $400,000 home, and the owner said, no, I don't want to list with the agent, don't want to do anything. We just follow the process that we teach everybody else, and now she decided to list with us. She actually called us back that day. Matter of fact, it was yesterday. Called us back that day and said, hey, you know what? How much is it for you guys to list our home? And while we were there, she said she didn't want to list her home, but we gave her all the value and we didn't go in there to pressure. Matter of fact, we didn't take paperwork. That's not what we were going to do. We just said, look at the house to see if it was going to work with, for somebody. Yeah, ultimately we wanted to list the house too, but we just followed the process, everybody. That's all we did. All right. Probate, notice of default. So people who, got homes that, willed down to them or somebody passed away, lots of people, owners that are not the absentee owners. Those are all people that they have homes, but they may not necessarily want them anymore, right? Locate those. Those are niche markets. Those are people that will raise their hand fast because they're shakers and the movers. Sometimes we try and take the hard route to do things, right? Then you have the trickle down effect, right? Where it takes a minute to deal with these to get these kind of listings through cold calls. All right, that's the old school method. But social media is great, right? But just know that if you use social media to try and get listings or other types of paid advertising, it's going to cost you a little bit of money. It will eventually convert, but you got to have a good follow-up system for that, right? So your follow-up is why you got to trickle with it. All right, door knocking. All right, you got to be consistent. You can't think, well, I went out on Saturday one time to door knock and I didn't get nobody to list their house. You want to know why? Because the people saw you one time. They didn't see you consistently, right? So it's something that you got to be consistent if you're farming an area or if you're doing, if you listed a house, right? You may have sent a postcard to everybody. Then you door knocked around each one of the open houses. And every time you do an open house, you're just door knocking, inviting all the neighbors because they keep seeing how hard you work, right? It's a trickle that you keep doing on people. That's why we call it the trickle effect, all right? So those are the 4 key pipelines. If you're trying to figure out how do I get more listings, right there. Latimore Group, we focus right there, right? There's nothing, there's no secret sauce. We just focus right there, all right? So As you see here, a powerful tool, listing the leads. I'm just going to show you here listing the leads, and then on next call or one of these next calls, we'll dive into what listing the leads is. All right, so I'm going to go to our Marketing Extreme page because listing the leads is designed to help you with if you looked at our 15-point marketing plan and said, what is he talking about by single property website? What is that, right? Go to our Marketing Extreme tab all the way on the right-hand side and click where it says listing the leads, free trial, okay? Get your free trial, and then you'll be able to see a quick little overview of what listing the leads is. But it's a single property website that you can drive all your social media and online advertising to this. I get more listens because I show people this right here. And as they're going there, it's catered to that particular listing, and you can do so many things through this database site. I'm going to do some special trainings in the future on just listing the leads alone. But going through this site, you click here where it says click here to start your free trial. You click right there, and it will take you to a 21-day free trial. I've partnered up with these folks to be able to do so. But as you see here, it is a cost, right? But as you have more and more listings, you will see when you blend Hotline America, what we talked about, with listing the leads, you got an 800 number that when you could do that auto texting, that people get an auto text back when they call your 800 number, they get information about a property. You can give them the website address and they get a text message instantly back to your single property website. That's your listing the leads page for that property. They click on the link. They see information just on that particular property. Then something else pops down to where they have to enter in their information to get more information about the property or to schedule a showing with you right then and there. You're doing something else, but you have your system that's running for you guys. All right. So be very, very aggressive on your marketing strategy, and you will have so many people say, man, they are a beast when it comes to marketing. No, what you did was you automated your business, and this whole time as people are going through your funnel, you can see them as they're going because they're just hitting a different phase, and you can see it. It's actually really interesting that you can see it as people are going through the funnel, and you see what property they're looking at, where they're at, and then when you have that conversation with them, you know that they're interested. All right, use those tools to your benefit. Does it cost? Yes, but it's not a cost when it's going to make you more money than it cost you a lot more money. All right. Then last but not least, it actually has lots of landing pages that you can market and get more seller leads and stuff like that through here too. And like many of you may have seen a lot of my landing pages that I use for recruiting and some other sites and stuff like that. All of that is through listing the leads. So go there, on that page there through the Elite Business League, click on that link, listen to leads, free trial, do the free trial, and you will see it's going to do a wonder. Once you start playing around, I'm going to start, when we say, and I'm going to help you to build your business, that will help you to build your business, not just here locally, but nationally. All right, so with that, we're a few minutes over the 7:45 mark, but let me just kind of go ahead and open it up for some questions. Questions, comments, concerns. Even if you had some great aha moments this week, let's talk about them. Put it out there for the last few minutes of the call. What do y'all got for me?
I have two things. One of the aha moments I got this week was two agents who had built a team together and created a commercial, and they were on social media, on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And the commercial was so inviting and realistic. They didn't look like millionaires. They didn't look like they were off of $1 million listing. They looked like your average family guy. They look like average people, but they showed their closing, like in the office. They showed themselves walking into a banker. They showed themselves having fun on the lake with their family and friends. And the commercial was so inviting. I really watched it like 8 to 10 times.
Yeah.
And while I was watching it, I was looking at they were displaying wow they were running the commercial. So I thought that was a huge aha moment for marketing as well.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. that was and thank you for sharing that. And y'all keep sharing stuff. We got to share stuff with each other all the time, right? Thank you for sharing that because I seen that video. I didn't respond to you because by the time I seen it, it was late at night. But I actually sent it to my video guy. So FYI, we've been talking about it on the Latimore group for doing a video like that. And I said, hey, Darren, how much is it to do something like this? He looked at it. He said, man, Don, I can do it to you for about $500. I said, oh, yeah, man. I'm going to hook that up. Awesome. So, hey, let me tell you something. If any of y'all want y'all individual videos like that, that is a marketing thing. That alone, because it rebrands you, and you're different automatically. You are rebranded as an expert, as an industry leader, and man, it was just, and it was really, really great. And so yeah, thank you for bringing that up. That was awesome. But I wanted to tell you how much he charges. I don't think it was a special Don price because I do use him for all my photos. Hopefully it's an everybody price, but if not, tell him that Don said it on the conference call, but tell him I gave him his plug with all the agents on the call. It was Darren Murphy, everybody. So therefore he said, yeah, Don mentioned you on the call, man. All the agents, right? So use him for your listing photos because he's a beast. I get a lot of my business and a lot of buyers come from him because he actually purchased a different lens for me. I had him contact another photographer in another state. They connected, and he bought a different lens just for our photos. And so when you see that some of my listing photos look really kind of enhanced and some pretty cool, that's because he does something special for us, and he'll do it for anybody on the Elite Business League, FYI. It costs just a little bit more. I think like $100 or something like that, but everybody else charges a whole lot more. Just those prices for normal photos. I say all of that to say I gave him his plug, so hopefully it is $500 for everybody since I open up my mouth. But that is just crazy expensive. But from a branding perspective, just like you said, it was incredible. It was just incredible. And you put that you paste that all over social media everywhere you can. And you'll get business from that. Because it was like 40-something people that had responded to that thing at that time, wasn't it?
Yep, that's right. Yep, yeah. That's right. Now it's like 250. There's been 52 shares. It's been ridiculous within 7 days.
Yeah. So, and that was a sponsored ad that they did, which started there. Yep. And now they probably just recreated the game. Now that would be considered marketing dollars. But it was the right marketing dollars. Sometimes stuff like that doesn't work, but how they designed it, it works. It worked for them, and so that was awesome because it gave a lifestyle at the same time. That's why people are attracted to it because it gave a lifestyle at the same time. Okay, and we call that kind of lifestyle images in marketing. All right. Anybody else? Thank you for sharing with that too. Anybody else?
Well, I had one more question.
Go ahead.
The turbo leads for the expired, the sell by owners, and the notice of default. Is there a specific place to look for those? Like, how do you find them?
Yeah. So now you can go inside the MLS to see like expired listings. Hey, somebody, we're getting a lot of background noise. If everybody makes sure that you can press mute, everybody can press mute. But right here on the page that I'm on the League's Marketing Extreme page. If you scroll down on the right-hand side where it says the Red X Seller League, press that, right? And you'll learn a little bit of information about the Red X, all right? And then click here. And again, some of these sites, you can go to them directly. But if you go through these links, yes, they are affiliate links from us or whatever. But however, it's designed to get you some monies off of it first by going there first. All right. So, and so again, just like because all of them have like a setup fee. So you can get 33% off your setup fee by using that link as opposed to just going directly to the site because it's going to charge you. Some of them charge like $150 and set you all up because they have to build you in the back end, all right, before you start to get leads and stuff like that, all right? So the, so going through there, it allows you to be able to get those, different monies off and different. And it's like the free trial, like listening to lead. That's why I'm showing you guys these things here. Under here, this way y'all can get some monies off, and you can kind of test drive before you buy, right? And if it's for you, which I tell you it is, because I use the same stuff, and that's why I train on this stuff here because I use it. All right. But that's where it is. I know it's a long answer to tell you it's right there, but that's where it is. And also this is what I want to tell everybody, because sometimes people are concerned, well, wait a minute, if everybody, especially the people in the Elite Business League, if everybody is learning how to use all these systems, how in the world are we all going to be able to, how am I going to be successful with everybody learning all this stuff? Trust me, there's enough houses out here for everybody to eat. More than enough houses. And then besides, everybody's not going to implement everything that we see here in their business. Some things are going to work better for some as opposed to others. Just because some of the things that I do in my business, now there's some things that I'll say you definitely need to implement. Case in point, Hotline America and listening to leads, right? But some of the other things you may need to, pick and choose and play with it, a little bit as far as, how you implement certain things inside of your business. But trust me, there's like, man, 200 homes that are sold like every single month, right? Just get your fair share. You ain't got to sell all of them. You can make a whole lot of money just by selling 3-4 of them every single month, right? You don't have to boil the ocean. Just get your fair share. All right. So that's why I just wanted to tell everybody. I think more than 200 homes, even in this area here, in the Columbia area, there's a lot of homes that sold every single month. Just get your fair share. Open your doors, but don't ever be worried about there's too many, that we're all learning the same thing. I used to think about that by being with Keller Williams, because there's so many people learning all this great information. I'm like, man, it's going to be game over. No, it's not, because the 80-20 rule is in effect with everything. All right. So next question or comment. Anybody? There's a few people on this call that I see your name. I might kind of call you out. What about some of you that may have done, like maybe your first listing or your first buyer consultation? Talk to us about it. How did it go? All righty. I think I'm going to have to call somebody out. No, I won't call anybody out. I'm just playing. All right. So, hey, I won't hold anybody hold us all up anymore tonight. But I will say, build for the next event. This is why I started with the 10 core commitments tonight. All right. Even if you don't have a guest, the best way to have a guest at the career orientation on Thursday evenings, when I'm talking about here in our preferred market center, is I don't care if you got to go pick them up. All right. But have somebody there. Start growing your business every week. Spend, again, if you are working your business 20 hours a week because you're a dual career agent, all right, 5 hours a week, that's an hour a day, right? Focus on building it through profit share. That is like the golden egg here with or the secret sauce here at Keller Williams. That is your retirement account that you can have, all right? Build it. Use it to your advantage. Don't think that you're so busy. No, you are not. You're only so busy because you didn't time block properly the way you needed to go. All right. So just make sure, and let me show y'all something here real quick. Maybe here's my calendar, everybody. All right. And I just wanted to show that this is August, right? So I just wanted to show everybody. Here's you see all this little color in my calendar and stuff like that. You see all the different stuff that I got. And remember, so I practice what I preach, right? I have pre-set up my buyer and my seller appointment. I know when I'm going to do it. So just like I told y'all this last week, I know when I'm going to be talking to people and when I'm scheduling appointments. I know when I'm going to be working at any given time, right? I have it all inside of my calendar, right? Even when I'm doing different videos, my family time where it's just my family, right? Or different stuff that I have here, trainings that, think about when I do the live orientations or the live exam preps. all I'm doing is just filling in my calendar, everybody. That's all I'm doing, right? And so I'm saying all of this to tell everybody, do mimic what I'm doing, right? And or find somebody else who's doing it better, right? But all you got to do, time block your stuff and then fill it in every single time. Work your business the way you need to work it. And I have things that are color coded. It just reminds me because I have this thing reminding me all the time on my phone. But that's how you grow. And then next, you're going to look up, you're at the top of the board. I told my sponsoring agent, who's actually our team leader too, Nathan Arnold, inside of our office, I told him last year, I said, me and Tori are going to be at the top of the boards, buddy. He said, all right, I want to see it, right? Well, the first year, after we got kind of used to it, right, it was near the second year, we were kind of creeping up a little bit, and I said, hey, man, next year, I don't think we're going to be all the way at the top, but we're going to at least be somewhere in the middle, right? Last year, we were right there in the middle. At the end of last year, I said, hey, Nathan, and I'm just going to let you know, me and Latoya, we're going to be at the top of the boards. Now, we used to be in number one. So we at the beginning of this year, we were toggling between number one and number two. Now we've been kind of stuck to number two, which is fine, right? But however, we got some things working so we can get to number one spot. But that's just the fun competition. We got this little fun competition thing going on in our office. But I say all of this to say, when you time block your stuff correctly, you can go ahead and you can make those powerful statements and say, now I just need to fill in and work, make sure that when I look back at my business, I'm focused on money-making activities, and the stuff that I'm doing can actually help me grow. All right? I'll just tell you this. We are so serious about our business, Latoya and I. Latoya put a meeting, a team meeting on our calendar right after this call, right now, because we got some more game planning to do. That's just how serious we are about this. Right? And all y'all know Latoya because half of y'all chose her as your sponsoring agent. Guys, get that intentional about your business. All right? So, hey, with that, I appreciate all that everybody does. Be excited about not where you are, but where you're going. All right? Make sure that this week is a powerful week and that you have fun, you make money, but you make things happen. All right? So take care, take charge. I'll make sure I see everybody at the top. Y'all have a great week.